The world of the online classifieds is the wild, wild web, and it turns out it's even got its own sheriffs. People warning the rest of us about some of the dangers out there. Like this couple, Yogev and Sharon. Their ordeal began when they set out to remodel their kitchen, searched Craigslist for a good deal on cabinets.
You were looking on Craigslist, you found this contractor, you thought it was a good deal.
Yes.
This is the ad they found. Almost free kitchen cabinets. So they met with the cabinet man and gave him a nearly $5,000 deposit. But the cabinet man didn't deliver.
Did you ever see him again?
No. Never saw him again. We had communication through the phone. We were chasing him, constantly calling him.
When I spoke with them, they still had no kitchen.
How long has it been this way?
5 weeks.
I mean, I really don't believe that he does kitchens.
When Yogev and Sharon realized they'd been taken, they posted their own ad on Craigslist to warn others about the cabinet man. But it came too late for this couple, Scott and Danielle.
What we paid for was a beautiful brand new kitchen. What we got was parts of a beautiful new kitchen.
They say they also lost thousands to the same man.
Once we gave him the money, we never heard from him again.
They even won a judgment against the cabinet man in court, where he was a no-show. So who is he? We replied to his almost free cabinet ad and made an appointment as potential customers. And we brought Scott and Danielle along to see if we could help resolve the issue.
I'll go in first, and if he agrees, then we'll bring you in and we'll try and mediate this situation.
With a hidden camera rolling, I met the cabinet man. His name is John Altman.
John, I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC.
Okay.
From the get-go, Altman was not happy to see me.
You guys are I left the job with 15 kitchens going on to come over here to meet a customer. I can't believe you just wasted my time.
You need to listen to something, though, before you get all cranked up.
You need to listen to something.
No.
You just wasted my time as a...
I've got a list of people who say that they hired you off of Craigslist.
Right.
And that they gave you money.
Right.
And that you did not do the work.
Right. I have 3 people in the last 3 years that played games with me and didn't get their kitchen.
Well,
and that's called business.
Fair enough.
And too bad.
Fair enough.
He clearly wasn't thrilled when I told him we brought Scott and Danielle along.
Why don't we have a little discussion with Scott and Danielle?
I said get out of my office. Now you're aggravating me, and now you're going to get yourself in trouble. Do you understand that?
So with the music playing from a nearby ice cream truck, Altman made clear that he was no Mr. Softy.
Just chat with Scott and Danielle for a minute.
About Scott and Danielle. Talk to them about what?
About their complaint that you didn't do the work you promised to do. Come on, fair is fair. Fair is fair.
Right. Goodbye.
We asked Altman in an email for the names of any satisfied customers. We got no response. But this next online warning turned out to be surprising because of who posted it. Beware of the scam, it warns. It's happening in the upscale Westchester Mall outside New York City at this kiosk where cell phone accessories are sold, like these Mophie power packs that extend the life of your battery. But the listing says they're bootleg, cheap knockoffs of the real thing. Meet the man who made those allegations on Craigslist.
It's bootleg.
And how does he know? Because he works here, and he's blowing the whistle on his own boss.
Do you think your boss has any idea that you posted that?
I don't think he does. Quite honestly, I really don't care if he does.
So why would he speak out and risk his job? Because he says he's learned from his mistakes. In fact, he admits he's a convicted felon.
You did time.
Yes, absolutely.
For burglary.
For burglary. Yeah.
10 years.
Yeah.
What does that say about your character as a whistleblower?
It shows that there is reform, I guess. I don't know. It's like when I did what I did, I was in a different place in my life. I just had a new child. I was battling drug addiction. Kind of like my ethics and my morals took a back seat to a lot of bad things in my life. Today I am the person that I always wished that I could be.
But are his allegations right? Are these battery packs really fakes? We bought one at the kiosk for $79. The next day we asked Chris Johnson, a lawyer for Mophie, to take a look at it.
And I could tell beyond any doubt that this is in fact
Without
counterfeit,
even taking it out
without
of the
even
box.
having to look at it.
I went back to speak with the owner of the kiosk, Oved Ashkenazi.
These are counterfeit.
this is what you said, that would be in text.
Well, I know for a fact that they are. Okay? And you know too.
But Oved, who owns at least 11 kiosks in 3 separate malls, maintained he had no idea his products were fakes.
The business you're running involves selling counterfeit items. So you're basically ripping people off because it's an inferior product. It doesn't work the way it's supposed to.
Okay. I understand. I would take it off right now, right away.
Okay. And he did. We came back a few days later, and the kiosk was closed. But it turns out Oved's claim he had no idea about the fakes wasn't exactly true. In fact, he'd been warned in writing about selling counterfeits by the people who lease him the kiosks about a month before we met him. So we went back to another mall where Oved runs a kiosk to ask him about it. Oved wasn't there, but we spoke to one of his employees who happens to look a lot like him.
We're trying to run a business here.
I understand that.
Okay.
He wasn't happy to see me.
If that camera doesn't get the out of my face, I'm gonna have a big problem.
Why don't you tell me who you are and your relationship to Oved, and we can clear all this up.
I told you, if you don't get that camera out of my face,
Let me tell you right now, if you touch him,
if
you touch me.
Listen,
you will be in big trouble. So you better
I'll
calm
be in
down
big
right
trouble.
now.
You know, then you better move because you want to get touched too. I'll put my hands.
That'll be the last time you touch somebody, my friend. I tell you that.
You better get that camera.
Don't touch him. Do not touch him. You will buy a
Why?
whole lot of trouble.
I will break the camera.
That would be a huge mistake.
That would be a huge mistake. Go find pedophiles or something, or else whatever you do.
Why can't you just tell me what your relationship is with Oved?
I'm trying to work.
Well, then go to work.
After our visit, Oved's employee called us, and he apologized for his behavior. Oved had no further comment. Coming up,
I got a problem with a guy,
Okay,
and I got to take care of it.
okay.
our most bizarre encounter yet. Have we crossed paths with a hitman? When Wild Wild Web continues.